Hello guys and welcome to episode 1 of My Team. It has been absolute years since we've done a My Team. So yeah, that's totally the wrong button. So yeah, we're gonna go out there and see what we can come up with in this year's game. For anyone who's follows us on Twitch, we have done a wee bit of season on My Team. Just gonna go relatively boring for now, and at some point we'll go back through and change a lot of this. So yeah, I mean the aim is to build this team up slowly and see what we can come up with.
Okay, boss. Let's get this team up and running. First thing we need to do is register a team name and bring in some important partners.
And the season start this year is a little bit
First,
here, there and everywhere.
enter a team name.
I think Monaco's like third race of the season, so it's going to be a shaky start to the year for us. It'll give us a nice chunk next year as well.
Let's sign one of those now. Obviously, the greater the performance and durability, the better. Be careful about spending all our cash. We are going to have people and facilities to invest in as well. Power unit suppliers will also provide upgrades throughout the season, free of charge.
Now, this is a difficult one. The Renault, I think, is a no-go. I've tried the Honda, and I had such reliability issues with the Honda. We're going to go for the performance, though, with the Mercedes, I think.
Without a second driver. Let's sign a teammate.
I think we'll go for Dan. We'll go for a nice.
Afford this power unit supplier and teammate. Go ahead and confirm if you're happy.
So I think going down Kingdom, British team, 2 British drivers.
Let's create the livery we'll be running this season. We can add more sponsors to the car as we sign them throughout the year. And don't worry, we can edit our look at any time from HQ.
And to be fair, I like the colour scheme on that just as is.
At least, we need to consider our brand, our badge, and team colours.
And I love that stag look. I think that looks cool. We've got a very sort of pinky black looking thing, so we'll go pink and black. Here we have it. We have our team, our colours, our car, our badge. Let's go for our first season.
Hello folks, and welcome to this, a very special edition of Paddock Pass. As you can see, there's no pit lane behind me, and as you can hear, no roar of engines, and that's because they've set me free from the F1 paddock to escape here to the countryside and to the headquarters of Formula One's newest team. Now, it's not every day we get to pull back the curtain and look behind the scenes at an F1 team. Rarer still that we get to talk not only to the team owner, but also the team's lead driver. But what makes this place extra special is that the owner and lead driver are one and the same person. Now, it's been an interesting 12 months, and we all know a number of the regulation changes which were due to come into effect this year have been delayed until next. Some, though, are still seeing the light of day, amongst them the all-important budget cap, which gives some of the smaller teams a little further down the order, potentially, the opportunity to compete with the bigger teams. Good for them, but great for us as viewers. But what does our new team owner think about these new rules? Do they see them as a challenge, a hurdle that needs to be overcome? Perhaps they see them as an opportunity to disrupt the status quo, a chance to come out swinging and to carve their name into Formula One history? Well, I had the opportunity to ask them these very questions just earlier today, and here's what they had to say. Well, first of all, thanks so much for inviting us here today. It's been wonderful to see behind the scenes. As you might expect, I've got about 1 million questions, so let's jump straight in. It's been a long time since we last saw a team owner take their own car onto the track, and the sport's changed enormously in the intervening years. How are you going to handle the responsibilities of both managing and driving for a Formula One team?
So I think the trick to this is going to be to try and build the team up as much as we can. So this isn't just about me, this is about my team. I'm behind them 100%. Together, we are unstoppable.
Let's talk about your teammate. Now, it's clear they're excited to have signed with you, but tell me, what is it that you think they bring to the team?
And the nice thing, I think, the nice touch to it this year, not that, I mean, it might have been in the last years, but I didn't spot it, is your questions, and you are clearly seeing the boosts to the team, to the drivers and everything with what you're saying in the press. We've seen what they can do on paper, and I see a lot of potential on them. Let's go, their skill sets really suit our team.
So you've obviously been putting a lot of work into the car. I know it's early days, but how do you expect it to feel out there?
So these questions are going to give us a little bit of a boost. So I want to boost up the chassis first off.
Most of the other teams can boast years of experience in Formula One. Where do you see the opportunities to make those vital performance gains you need to put you within reach of the other cars?
And I want to try and be a little bit, spread the load. So we'll go fuel loads are key to reducing the weight of the car. The efficiency we've got out of the power unit will keep the weight down.
Ultimately, your success this season is going to come down to whether you can take positions from the other drivers. What is it about your car that's going to give you that edge in those battles?
And I think, it isn't just one race, it's a whole season long, so rigorous stress testing means we can avoid grid penalties and failures. I have spotted in my other runs with this that the failure rate has been huge this year.
And finally, with so many specialist departments working together here at your headquarters, and with such an important deadline coming up, who's getting that coveted Teacher's Gold Star? Which group do you feel the most proud of right now?
So I think going aero, that's sort of given everyone within the team a bit of a G up. So hopefully we've got a relatively balanced car this year.
Wonderful to get an insight from you, and of course to see around the headquarters. Thank you for today. Really appreciate it, and thank you all at home for watching as well. We'll see you very soon.
Okay, so let's just have a quick look at R&D. Puts us, we're above Alpha and Haas. Aero and chassis are the big painful sections. I want to work the chassis hard if we can. Central under tray we've got. And that's all we can afford for now. So activities, let's get some we're going to go, so we need to get the acclaim of the team build up. Powertrain and durability focus as well, and we'll move on. And before we go to, we've got chassis work being done, so we can now afford to do them front wing flaps, and we'll go to the car reveal. And there we have it, 1S Racing, up and running for the 2021 season. I love that livery. Let's go to the race, first race of the season, and see how we can do. Okay, so the good thing I think this year, the nice thing that I like, if we go to the next session, is there's less R&D work with a greater reward, I feel, than we've had in previous games. So we're in the free practice one, and the one thing I really like this year is the change to the R&D in the free practice sessions. 3 changing practice sessions rather than what we had before. And there is like a quick sim where you can use your time, pick how you want to do the runs to gain the points. So if you're not that interested in doing the R&D sort of practice sessions, you don't have to. Okay, so we'll go out on quali pace setup first to see how this car looks, see how it handles. I have noticed on when it comes out, there's at times
Don't worry about
bit of a
tyres,
pull.
just give it everything. In this test, we want to make sure we can lap close to our rival's pace.
Oh. And the curbs this year are an absolute killer.
Okay, test complete, and that was a very good job indeed. We got a lot of valuable information out of that.
It's time to remind ourselves of our top three, who are Bottas, Hamilton, and Lando Norris. Sadly, it's time to say goodbye as free practice is over. However, we'll be back shortly for more Formula One action.
Well, decent for our first free practice session. Pull up 7th. How did old Dan do? 17th. 131.5. So, massive gap between ourselves and Dan. Okay, so here we go. This is the excuse me. This is the alternate method of doing the free practice sessions. And yeah, you just get 3 choices. They're the upgradey sort of bonuses that you're going to take. So it gives us the opportunity to finish that off completely. And we're going to utilise this a lot throughout the season. And it'll give us, you know, cheaper parts and improvements to parts. When it's successful. Probably should have gone for the other one. So a pretty poor FP2. And that's the 3 practice sessions all done. So Dan not bringing in many resource points, which is painful. And there we go. So we're going to start to see some reduction in parts costs. So it's well worth the effort of putting in the extra time and that. Especially with the quick practice sessions, it doesn't take long, but you know, if you can save a few resource points across the season, you know, you might get that extra upgrade on. So we've got a lot of parts in development, which is going to give us an early season boost. How that progresses as the season goes on, if, you know, I don't see that we're going to keep this sort of pace with the R&D up, and we need to get some money into our facilities as well. But enough chitter chatter, let's get on with qualifying. Let's get on with our first Q1 run. Our pace looks pretty strong in free practice, so kind of hoping that we can maybe do one run in Q1. Just obviously want to try and have the tyres for the race. I think we're going to have a bit of a moment through the S's, but outbraking ourselves into the chicane. It's going to cost us some time. Running it wide. Not the cleanest lap, so we might have to make a second run. We'll just try and see if we can get it out on this lap. And there we have it, guys, the end of our first Q1 session. 12th Perez topping the timing. Who are we losing from this? So Tinktum, 3 tenths off of Kimi Raikkonen. But looking like a strong pace against the back markers. I mean, that's where we're going to be looking at Tinktum keeping above Haas and the Williams, is getting in between those Alfa Romeos. We're right in the mix with Alpine, Alpha Tauri. Okay, so we've let some time run through. We're just going to do possibly a double run late in the stage. I'm hoping that we've given ourselves enough time for the 2 laps if needed. Yeah. I think Q3's a bit of a stretch. Luckily Kimi got out of the way, didn't cost us too much.
Two minutes remaining in the session. We need a good lap here, or we're out of qualifying.
So we went late, we done 1 run. And we just sneak it into Q3 by 0.12 of a second. But I mean, no time really between ourselves, Lance, Fernando, you know, all in that 1.5 second lap, 1.5 gap to the front guys. So all within a tenth. So what happened to Ocon, who knows? But that shows it should be a good, race. We should have some good fighting going on with them mid teams. Okay, so Q3. We are going to run the clock down. Go do 1 lap. Although we might as well, I say one maybe 2, because we give these tyres back no matter what anyway. 5-minute marks, the time I like to go out. I know sometimes just hanging it that little bit longer, the track rubbering a bit more, but I'm hoping this is going to give us the opportunity to get a good bit of time. We've got a good green track and hopefully a bit of clean air. I don't know how much more than the 128.5 we've really got in us. Really wide on the exit, coming up the top of the hill. We're too far back to get a toe off of Carlos. Sick. First quali run of the season. First race of the season, sorry. And we're sitting there in Q3. Comfortable lap time in the end.
Finished,
For 6th place for Contest Racing, first race of the season, Q3 and
well, that wraps up
P6.
qualifying, but don't worry, we'll be back tomorrow as we head into the Grand Prix.
Do we have this pace to continue this through the race? Maybe P6 is going to be a bit outlandish, trying to fight their McLarens, but makes you feel confident for some points. And a huge gap building between us and Dad. Let's have a little interview.
It's been a great qualifying session for you. Are you going to carry that momentum into the race?
The car feels fantastic. Let's big the team up a little bit.
It looks like you've really been focusing on research and development this season.
We're going to try and big up that chassis department as much as we can. So I think chassis and aero were our weak points, so if we can big them up a bit, all the better. Now I don't know if we dropped a clanger, because usually my race runs in practice sessions I don't use DRS, because I think it throws the fuel load out. So I know that we did the free practice race simulations using DRS every time, so fuel might be a bit of an issue. So I'm going to stick a little bit more fuel in, just to give us a bit of an option. Two-stop strategy, softs, mediums. I think it's just going to be a case of just monitoring the lap times, the positions. If we can stretch it, then happy days. But lap 6, our first pit stop. Let's get on with the first race of the season. And actually making places up on the first lap. Max will be seething. I'm going to be a bit careful forgetting that we've got a full fuel load. And also not managing our ERS deployment. Meaning the back straight and the start finish straight we're going to have no ERS. But it's first lap, so
We're approaching the pit window. You'll be on the mediums.
Just going to hold our line. Checking the mirror, doesn't look like Max is going to make that move. Bottas and Perez getting quite elbows out up front. Well, there was actually a bit of contact. I think we did nudge Max. But we got fighting with Bottas and lost some time and put Max right onto us.
Push now. We're boxing this lap.
try and squeeze a bit of pressure on a Valtteri, see if we can force a mistake. We're going to get DRS, so we're going to stay out. Yeah, they're looking pretty bad.
Exit now. You'll be racing as you leave the pits. Complete, go now.
Horrible snatch there. Hang out the outside of Giovinazzi.
Good job, nice overtake.
The colder tyres on the outlap though, really felt that. Give yourself some overtake. Kind of thought about it, but it just seemed too risky. Who'd have thought we'd have been getting the opportunity to get our elbows out against the likes of a Red Bull in the first race. Is our teammate going to do us any favours? Has he got much of a defence against Valtteri? All sorts of wrongness down that corner. Valtteri outbraking himself, we outbrake ourselves.
Be careful with the front wing, you've taken some minor damage. Okay, you're within 1 second of the car ahead. Get ready to use DRS to overtake.
horrible bit. The steering just went, back end was a little bit twitchy.
Brilliant. Nice move.
Pierre in the pits. Trying to pick a safe point to try the overtake on Yuki. Kind of forcing us into all kinds of misshapenness.
We're approaching the pit window. You'll be on the mediums. We want to pit this lap, so push now.
I think we gave the Red Bull more than enough room there. It seemed to really bail out quite heavy. Worked out nicely. I mean, we're getting the position back and getting DRS up the hill. So we're going to box this lap, I think. So that's Verstappen and Bottas following us into the pits. New tyres, and we'll refill with a bit of water. Wing change. Knew we should have turned the wing change off.
Go, exit now. We're racing on the exit. Go, go, go.
Because to be fair, I didn't feel like we were really down on
performance. No more scheduled pit stops.
It probably cost us like 5-6 seconds. For something that didn't feel like it was hurting us too much. Going to be guessing these guys are going to be going long into the race. They're going to not be stopping again on the hards. I'll hang it around, hope for the superior grip. Still there. Let's save the ERS for the next straight. We had the grip through there, to be fair, to be able to be confident.
The car behind is dropping back. We're seeing a gap form.
Norris is spun!
Green flag, our gap to the car in. Okay, watch your pace. We've been informed that the safety car is out. There appears to have been an issue with multiple stopped vehicles on the track.
Come on, safety car in this lap. Give us at least 3 laps of racing. Yep.
Okay, let's get ready to go racing again. The safety car is in this lap. When the field accelerates, remember, there is no overtaking until the green flags. Safety car in this lap. Okay, the incident has been cleared. Let's get back up to racing speed.
Balls it up, was trying so desperately. We sniff podium, we've got to go for it, we've got to get them arms out. No DRS, just ERS and suicide braking. Oh mummy, these tyres are dying.
There's 3 laps of fuel remaining.
And that's it for our first race of the season. Our first ever race as a team. And we
Okay,
take
good
a
job, mate.
victory.
Really well done. That was a fantastic drive.
Lance Stroll getting drive for the day. I completely disagree.
A fantastic team effort then to secure victory here in the desert. Talk to me, Ants. What was it that set them apart from the competition today?
Well, they played the safety car to absolute perfection. There are so many factors to worry about once the race is neutralised. I mean, do you pit for fresh rubber? Do you have the space behind you? How much fuel can you save? If you answer all of those questions correctly, you'll have a good chance.
Wow.
And that's exactly what happened today.
Just wow.
And I can see the drivers starting to approach the podium for the victory celebrations.
And
A
there
real
we
team
are
victory
on the
today.
podium.
Everybody played their
In our
part.
first race.
Congratulations then to Mercedes.
Enjoy
your race
this
winners
while
today.
we can. And we're getting so little camera time.
So then, it's time to see how this result affects the Drivers' Championship. Lewis Hamilton takes over the lead of the Drivers' Championship after an excellent result. Let's focus on the driver of the day, Anthony Davidson.
No.
Who do you pick?
Well, Lance Stroll would be my pick. He managed to keep a cool head today whilst pushing through the field.
Let's move on to the constructors. Mercedes
Ah,
moved
dang,
to the top
getting
of
up
the
to
table.
16.
And with that, we wrap up another weekend of motorsport. But with more races lined up, be sure to join.
Cool, so there we have it, guys. Our first race under our belts. Podium position. A good result by Dan as well to get up to 16th. Can we keep this momentum up going through the season? I very much doubt it, but certainly a good start. Should bring in some money and acclaim for the team. So great to see.
So that was an exciting race from our perspective. Let's have yours. You gained a lot of positions during the race, didn't you?
The car is nimble. That's our chassis.
You really looked in control of your car out there. Your team must be thrilled.
This was for the fans. I always put on a good show.
Appreciate your time.
I think it's you know, we need to boost the fans as well. That should help our acclaim. A nice boost to our acclaim. Dan's up a little bit. A little bit loss on damages, but nice bit of cash injection, which the team needs at the moment. Early doors, so definitely need to get some money in and rolling. Should we do this now? Let's do this now, because this is all new.
The personnel department has asked us to deal with this. We have a couple of options here.
Okay, so
Take
Dan,
your time.
I will.
What you decide to do will have consequences.
Okay. Tigdum's really been hitting their stride in the simulator recently. While they're in the zone, where should they focus? So we've got pace or awareness. I think pace overall is a good one to go for.
You handled that well. Thank you.
So yeah, we've got some parts coming in, and then we've got the season break, a bit of a gap between now and the next race in May. So yeah, we've got sort of a whole month of nothing to kill. So hopefully we can get the car, or a bit more work doing to the car next, or during the break, sorry. So yeah, we'll end it there. Probably going to be a pretty long video this, so hope we haven't dragged it out too much. Hope you have enjoyed. If you have, please hit that like, hit that follow, follow us on our socials and on Twitch, Facebook and all of that, and we will see you next time. Cheers for watching, guys. Bye bye bye.